Hello everyone and welcome to Rhythm of Life. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Busom Tia. Today on the show we are joined by Thamsanqa Sibanda, who wrote a book called Healing Through Tears. And we are also joined by Hymns Ensemble. Remember, we also have a music quiz, a music video, and a social media video of the week. Make sure that you interact with us on our social media using hashtag Rhythm of Life on SID, or subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is SID Media Digital. Right now though, it's time for us to meet our author for today. His name is Thamsanqa Sibanda. Come through, sir. Walk, walk, walk. Yes, my guy. Like you're so active. You can't wait to start, eh?
No, I can't.
Please
wait.
have a seat, my guy.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to the show.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes. Before we can actually get into the interview, let's start by understanding as to why you brought Hymns Ensemble to actually sing while you tell us your story.
I think they actually represent the story that I'm here to tell. Their music speaks to the heart. Their music is a healing music, as we are speaking about healing through tears. And I think that we all understand that music it has a healing effect.
True.
And I think if that statement is true, then it is even more true with this group.
Well done, my guy. And here's Hymns Ensemble as they sing a song called Halimputsa Tsepoyaka.
Halimputsa Tsepoyaka, Kitlariki Jesu, Kilapeti Humuaka, Aikiha Yesu, Kilapeti Humuaka, Aikiha Yesu, Kilapeti Humuaka, Aikiha Yesu, Liriki Boni Huyena, Kiboni Pumulo, Tabo Elingu Murena, Aina Petu, Tabo Elingu Murena, Aina Petu, Tabo Elingu Murena, Aina Petu.
Guys, that is a beautiful song. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you guys very much for coming through, for gracing us with your presence. You guys started the show with a song called Halimputsa Tsepoyaka, right? I believe, James, you are going to answer this question for us as to what inspired you guys to actually start with the song. Basically, give us the inspiration behind the song.
Okay, so the song itself is an arrangement by a friend of mine who's Sabelo Mthembu. It's a traditional Sotho song that's sung mostly in the Methodist churches. And when we heard his arrangement of the song, we were so blown away. And we asked if we could perform the song. It was nice. And because it's a traditional song that particularly speaks to sort of the African yearning for a place of refuge under circumstances where hope almost seems impossible. So, and a lot of people relate to the songs. When you hear someone feeling down, you know, Halimputsa Tsepoyaka, Kitlariki Mang, it's only Jesu, you know. So it's a very important song to us also, because we believe, you know, we go through different circumstances, and when you reflect, the song seems to make sense.
Excellent. Thank you very much, James, for that answer. It's time for us to take a break. When we come back, we speak to Thamsanqa, also known as Thami Sibanda, about his book, Healing Through Tears. You don't want to miss it. We'll be back straight after this. This is Rhythm of Life. Welcome back to Rhythm of Life. Thank you so much for joining us. Keep interacting with us on our social media using Rhythm of Life on SID. Today we are joined by Thamsanqa Sibanda, who wrote a book, Healing Through Tears, and he's here to tell us more about it. Welcome to the show once more, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Right, let's start by finding out who Thamsanqa is, apart from writing the book.
Well, Thamsanqa is, I'm an evangelist, I'm a speaker, yes, and basically Thamsanqa is a Christian, yes, a God-fearing Christian. Yeah, that's the summary of who Thamsanqa Sibanda is.
Excellent. So let me try and understand. I just want to fix myself with this.
Yeah.
You've written a book called Healing Through Tears.
Yes.
Tell us about your experience of writing this book. What happened?
Well, I think this book actually represents my life experience. When I set off to write this book, the first idea that I had was just to write a general book that deals with grief, you know, a book that I could give to people and they could read and they could deal with their grief. But when I started writing this book, it was as if God was saying to me, you can't speak about healing when you yourself have not been healed. Yes. Yeah. So in a way, my painful life experience became the center around which this book is written. And
what happened to you, by the way, if you don't mind me? I'm so sorry to cut you off. Like, let me understand what happened to you.
Well, as before I could even reach half a decade of my age, I suffered a huge loss before I got to my teenage years. I had lost both my parents. Oh, yeah, and after that there was a series of losses that I suffered, losing parents in a world that does not understand grief can be devastating. You know, because actually most people think that losing a loved one is an event. You know, he dies, we cry, we bury him. We move on, but that's not even half the story. You know, there are ripple effects. That comes with losing loved ones. You know, the post-traumatic stress, the depression, the suicidal
attempts.
Yes, attempts.
Okay.
You know, it's so vast that I believe it's something that we cannot just ignore. You know, it's something that really we need to be speaking about. It's something that people need to have conversations around, you know, because I believe a lot of people have misconceptions when it comes to grieving and grief. You know, you hear statements like, men don't cry. True. It'll go away with time. And if you look at all this, I mean, the crux of all those statements is aimed at silencing the bereaved, you know, at denying them the opportunity to truly grieve. And the problem is that you can't hide grief. Yes. You know, it's like trying to hide a pregnancy. It's growing every day in your stomach, and one day, you need to birth something.
Right.
Yes.
How did then God intervene into your life while you were going through that whole turmoil?
I think when God actually commissioned me to write this book, this was the beginning of the process. Right. Because I can tell you that I've been a Christian for my whole life. Yeah. You know, I've been an evangelist, I've been a preacher, and so many times but I never always had, I never always looked at God from a positive light. You know, okay. I could stand up and.
Is this because of your loss?
Yes, because of the loss, and I could get on the pulpit and preach about the goodness of God. Yet inside I was mad at God.
Grieving.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah, I was grieving, and I wanted to understand why God do you allow such things to happen into
but
my
how
life.
How did you then, I understand what you're saying, that you were grieving and you were actually angry at God, but I just want to know the part, how did God come into your life and then change that entire thing?
I think
anger.
I think what actually changed me was actually understanding the role that God plays in all this, because I think most of it was based on misconceptions. You know,
Yes.
there are a lot of things that we believe as Christians. You know, for example, we think that God is the one that takes away our parents. You know, so everything is aimed at God, and we blame God for everything that is happening in our lives. And getting the right picture of who God is and understanding who God is and understanding that He's not actually the one that takes away lives actually was revolutionary for me. Actually, the verse that actually hit me when I read it, it's 2 Samuel 14, verse 14, if I'm not mistaken. And my favorite part of that verse says, and God does not take away life.
Of
you
course.
Know? When I read that verse,
I mean, He's given life.
He's
Why
given,
would He take it?
That's what He does.
Again,
He gives
yeah.
life, you know.
Yeah.
So when I read that verse, a lot of the anger that I buckled inside actually began to dissolve, you know, because now I understood who God is, you know, and I think that's what helped.
Excellent. So Hymns Ensemble is ready for us. We'll continue this conversation because I want to know, how has this book changed your life?
Okay.
Because you've already started by saying that God has helped you and so forth and so on, but I want you to expand on that.
Okay.
Right. Hymns Ensemble is ready for us on the other side and here. Please do enjoy their music. It's very nice. And get their CD as well while you're at it.
Oh, worship the King, oh, glorious above, oh, gratefully sing His wonderful love, our shield and defender, the Ancient of Days, pavilioned in splendor and girded with praise. Oh, tell of His might, oh, sing of His grace, whose robe is the light, whose canopy space, His chariots of wrath, the deep thunder clouds form, and dark is His path on the wings of the storm. Frail children, and feeble as frail, in Thee do we trust, nor find Thee to fail. Thy mercies, how tender, how firm till the end. Our Maker, Redeemer, and friend.
What a powerful song. Oh, worship the King, most definitely. Khotso, I want to understand, let's say, for an example, someone is definitely going through a lot of turmoil at the moment. They've lost probably their loved ones. It could be a child, it could be a husband, it could be a wife. What would be your message to a person that is basically healing through tears?
Okay, first of all, when you read through the scriptures, we are informed of things that would happen just before Jesus Christ comes back the second time. And all those experiences are supposed to make us closer
To
or
God.
come closer to God.
To God, yes.
They're supposed to make us have a much better relationship with God. So in other words, I would like to say to someone who's going through all these types of instances that we're talking about,
Yes.
to say, God is there with you. Don't lose hope. You are probably not the first person to go through whatever you're going through.
Not the last one.
You're probably not the last one.
Yeah.
But all we are guaranteed of is the second coming of Christ, where all these things that we are going through currently will be no more.
Right, excellent. Shailan Khotsizandla. I'm joking, guys. It's time for us to go to an ad break. When we come back, Hymns Ensemble will give us more of their song, and Thamsanqa, also known as Thamsanqa Sibanda, will tell us more about his book. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back straight after this. You are still watching Rhythm of Life right here on Hope Channel. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, Thamsanqa Sibanda is telling us about healing through tears. It's not an easy thing, hey? We're about to continue with the conversation with him. Thamsanqa, earlier you mentioned how God intervened. I want you to expand on that. This book is a wonderful book with the red cover. The title is Amazing Healing Through Tears. I want to understand from you, how has this book changed your life in particular?
I think the writing process is the one that actually changed my life, because I began to understand something about God and what He expects of us. I think I've highlighted on that the fact that most of us, somehow there's this unspoken message that we want to oppress and suppress grief, you know. And this book for me, I can tell you, when I was writing this book, half the time I was in tears, you know, and there are times when I really wanted to stop writing this book. But I began to understand that unless those things that are inside come out, unless I allow myself to experience the pain of grief, I may never heal. You know, the problem with most of us is that, you know, we are afraid of pain, you know, and we'll do anything just to evade pain. Yeah, you know, people will use things like alcohol, you know, people will use like anything, that just numbs the pain. But what we don't understand is that the pain, that God is a gift from God, you know, for us to experience that pain is the beginning of healing. So for me, as you read the book, you'll discover that for a long time I was sort of like on denial. I refused to grieve, you know. I refused to grieve, and I acted as if everything was okay, you know. And again, I always had this picture about Christians that, you know, we have to be strong, you know, in the face of adversity. You know, I had a picture of somebody that has lost their wife and they're singing praises to God.
And to top it all off, you're a man. You need to be strong.
Yes.
Because that's what the society says.
Yes. So you understand, you know, you've been preaching to people and comforting them, and you think that the expectation is that when it's your turn, you have to be strong, you know. And I'm actually reminded of a story that I once read of a religious leader who used to tell people that pain is nothing but an illusion. And until he lost someone that was close to them, and then they found the leader crying, and they asked him, "But why are you crying? Because you've been always teaching us that pain is nothing but an illusion." And he says that, "I know pain is nothing but an illusion, but it is a painful illusion."
Of course.
Yes. So, you know, as much as there is the promise of heaven, we must not deny ourselves I don't know what's the word, but the opportunity to grieve here, because it is part of what God does. Excellent. He even says that I've collected your tears. So God understands the language of tears, you know, and it is spoken by people that have broken hearts.
Excellent.
In a way, it encouraged me to go back to those painful moments and give myself permission to say, "God, this is painful, and I need you." And I was encouraged because even Jesus himself
wept.
Wept. Yeah.
Yes.
And actually in the Garden of Gethsemane, he says, "Father, if it were possible, may this cup pass." In other words, he's saying, "Father, if it were possible for me to heal these people without going through the painful process, can we skip the painful process?" Then God says, we need the painful process.
Come on, say.
For us to be able to heal.
Excellent. And that's the right way for us to actually go to this music video, because when we come back, I want to ask you about it, right? Let's go to the music video. That's a brilliant and powerful music video. It's by Purified. Akekho fana nawe, Jehovah. You mentioned Jesus. Jesus wept as well. Now, I want you to give an advice to someone that is dealing with grief at the moment. They have not read the book, but they're actually watching this program. What would be your advice?
My advice is that the best way to heal is to understand God Himself.
Right.
Because the problem that I have is that there is a lot of resentment that is directed towards God. And unfortunately, He is the only ultimate source of healing.
Come on.
You know, the philosophers of theology actually say that God is the only person that can give a moral upright reason for death. And the reason is simple, you see, because without God, there can be no closure and there can be no healing.
That's true.
You know, because the antidote of death is actually eternity and eternal life. And only God has that in His offering, you know. So unless we begin, unless we see death and grief from the perspective of God, we will never truly heal, you know. So God, so if we understand who God is and we are in partnership with God, we will understand, we will see grief for what it is.
Yes, my
you
guy.
know, Ravi.
But listen to this. You've already started covering what we are going to speak about on our next segment,
Yes,
which is basically what we should learn.
Yes.
But otherwise, before you continue, we need to go to music with Hymns Ensemble. Right, here's Hymns Ensemble as they sing a song called Jesus Paid It All. Do you enjoy it? And be blessed.
I hear the Savior say, thy strength indeed is small. Child of weakness, watch and pray. Find in me thine all in all. Lord, now indeed I find thy power and thine alone can change the leper's spot
What a brilliant performance from Hymns Ensemble. I am super blessed. Hoping that you are also blessed at home. We are taking a break right now. We'll see you straight after this. Welcome back from the ad break. Thank you so much for joining us. Today on the show, we've got Hymns Ensemble, and on the other side, we've got Thamsanqa Sibanda. He's telling us about his book called Healing Through Tears. My guy, let's wrap up this interview. Now, I want to know, what should people learn from this book? Just give us 3 things.
Okay. The first thing that I think people should learn from this book is that it is okay to grieve.
Right.
You know, we must avoid trying to silence grief.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we even misuse the scriptures where we say we must not grieve as those that do not believe.
Yeah.
That's not meant to say we are not meant to grieve.
That's true.
And the second lesson that I want us to understand is that the role of God in all this is not what we usually ascribe to him.
Right.
God is not a killer. God gives life.
Yes.
And unless we have got the right perspective, it will be difficult for us to heal. And then the last thing that I want to say is that Jesus is not a painkiller, but he's a pain healer.
Yes.
So we must
I like that.
allow,
Please repeat it so that people know.
Yes,
Repeat
Jesus is not a painkiller.
Killer.
He's a pain healer.
Healer.
So I want to say in summary that when we find God, we find healing.
I hear you. All right, the second one? That was the second one. The third one?
I say 3.
The 3 ones. Okay,
Yeah, I
right.
said it.
Okay, so is that good?
Yeah,
Are you
that's-
sure you are... You've said a mouthful? Do
I'll
you want to
say
say
a
another one?
mouthful.
All right, thank you so much
Yeah.
for coming through.
No,
Are you
thank
ready
you.
for our music quiz?
Yeah, I'm
It's coming
ready.
up later
I'm
on
ready.
in the show.
I'm ready,
I'm
yeah.
hoping that you're going to win it.
I hope to win also. I hope
Right
to.
now, let's get Hymns Ensemble as they sing the 4th song.
We gather together to ask the Lord's blessing. He chastens and hastens his will to make known. The weak and oppressing now cease from distressing. Sing praises to his name. He forgets not his own. Sing praises to his name. He forgets not his own. Beside us to guide us, our God with us joining, ordaining, maintaining his kingdom divine. So from the beginning, the fight we were winning. Thou, Lord, were at our side, all glory be thine. Thou, Lord, were at our side, all glory be thine. We ought to extol thee, thou leader triumphant, and pray that thou still our defender wilt be. Let thy congregation escape the tribulation. Thy name be ever praised, O Lord, make us free. Thy name be ever praised, O Lord, make us free.
Right, it's time for us to take a break. Whoa, what a wonderful performance. Hey, Hymns Ensemble, guys, is elevating us to heaven. I'm ready for it. Based on those songs, I'm definitely ready for it. We are going to take a break right now. We'll come back straight after this. This is Rhythm of Life. Stay tuned, everybody. Welcome back from the ad break. This is Rhythm of Life. Thank you so much for joining us. Keep interacting with us on our social media using hashtag Rhythm of Life on SID. Oh, subscribe to our YouTube channel, SID Media Digital. Right about now, Hymns Ensemble. They're about to give us a song called Deep, Deep Love. Do enjoy and be blessed.
Deeper than the nails driven into his hands is the love of a Father who gives his only Son. Deeper than the thorns pressing into his brow is the love of a Son who dies for everyone. Love so amazing, deep, deep love. Love so divine, deep, deep love. Love never failing to hear my call. Demands my soul, my life, my all. Deeper than the spear piercing into his side is the love of God who takes away my sin. Deeper than the pain of the mob's bitter words is the love of a Savior who only says forgive. Love so amazing, deep, deep love. Love so divine, deep, deep love. Love never failing to hear my call. Demands my soul, my life, my all. So amazing demands my soul, my life, my all.
What a powerful song by Hymns Ensemble. Hey, label over there, please come join us. And she's sitting right there, very nice looking, all good. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Boo. Thanks for having us.
It feels so good to actually see you on the other side.
Yes.
For those who don't know, I literally grew up with that lady over there. If you don't know
I'm a
me, ask.
pathfinder.
Whatever, pathfinder.
I'm a pathfinder.
Whatever. So, Tammy, we're about to play a game right now. It's called the
Okay.
Music Quiz, right? It's one of my favorite games. Here are the rules, guys. If you know the answer to the question, all you need to do is say your name. So don't say the answer. Say Lebu or Tammy. Correct?
Okay.
Right. So each question will give you 1 point for your team. So you are representing teams Hymns Ensemble. You are representing team Thamsanqa Sibanda. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, we're
Are you
ready.
sure? Lebu, please use that mic ne? Wisely. Can I hear you?
La 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 la.
Thank you. There you go. Ready, guys? Let us kickstart the show. First question: spell purified.
Tammy.
Tammy.
P-U-R-R-I.
Yes. P-U. Yes. Yes.
Sorry. F.
Yo.
Can I try again?
No. You don't go back.
Okay.
You're on U. Let's go.
R-I-F.
Puri.
I'm on U for P-U.
You said P-U-R-U.
No.
I. Let's carry on. Yeah.
I-F-I-E-D.
Correct. That's 1 point for him.
Of course, the writer will get
Level
it
right
right.
got what is it? What?
The writer will get it right.
Yes, second question. True or false? chosen singing group has a song called Amen Umpedesho?
Lebu.
Lebo?
True.
Oh, yes, well done. 1-1. True or false, the Mojapelo family members are wearing traditional clothes on their second album?
Lebu.
Lebo?
True.
True. 2-1. Well done. Number 4, spell selected voices backwards.
Tammy.
Tami?
E.
Selected voices, my guy.
Backwards.
Backwards.
Like I'm starting from the last,
Yes.
from voice.
Selected voices.
Oh, yes. Okay, all right. S,
Yes.
E,
Right.
C, I,
Yes.
O,
Yeah.
V,
Right. Space.
D,
Space.
a space, yeah.
Yes.
D,
Yeah.
E,
Yes.
T,
Right. Yes.
C,
Yes.
E,
Yes.
L,
Yeah.
E,
Yes.
S.
Well done. Selected voices. Well done. 2-0.
I think
Right.
I get the spelling ones only.
2-0, but it's okay. You're a writer.
Yes.
True or false, Reality 7 has a song called Diligamtini.
Lebu.
Lebu?
True.
Yes, that's 3-2. Hey, guys, you guys are on a roll. Hey? True or false, No Limits has a song called Lizalise Itingala.
Lebu.
Lebu?
False.
That's incorrect. They have it on the new album, right? Second last question. Mile Sioni is featured on Noted's album. What is the name of the song that he's featured on?
Lebu.
Lebu? Come, let's go. Come. It has to do with, but in Zulu.
Bayete.
Correct. What? Yes. At home, please update notes 2-4, right? It's 4-2. Last question, guys.
Okay.
Redeem yourself so that you
I'll
only lose
try.
one, my guy.
I'll try.
The last question is, who leads the song Deliver on Chrysolite's album? Come on,
Do you want
guys.
the name?
Yeah, I want the name. Who leads the song Deliver on Chrysolite? So this one leads, ne? And then this one leads in English, and then this one comes in Zulu. Come on, guys.
I don't know her name.
Right, her surname is Ndlovu.
Lebu.
Yes, Leo.
Oli.
Yeah, correct. Koli sings soprano. He's the one who. So it's unfortunate. You want to try? You want to try?
No.
Not at all, right? It's fine. Thank you very much, guys. Well done, Lebu. Hymns Ensemble wins. Well done. But you know what I like about this competition is because when you're a writer, you know how to spell,
Yeah,
right?
true.
And the lady on the other side
She
knows
knows
the
the
music.
music, true,
It's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's
Even if
okay.
we lose,
It's okay.
right?
Yeah.
Good.
I gave
well
it
done,
a
guys.
spelling.
All right, it's time for us to go for our social media video of the week. There you go.
Isiphambano sinokuphila uJesu wathi ngibheke imfuyo lelize buyize phambili ngizobona okuhle kukhona ngizobheka zonke izinsuku ngithemba isithembiso othemba amandla phezulu angesawiswa ngumlingi yena kukhona ukuphila ekubhekeni kodwa ukuphila
And that's how we wrap up today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'd like to say thank you very much to Hymns Ensemble. Thank you very much to Thamsanqa Sibanda. And thank you at home for watching today's episode. Come again next week, same time, same place, right here on Rhythm of Life. Remember, you can interact with us on our social media using hashtag Rhythm of Life on SID. Or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is SID Media Digital. From me and the rest of the team, we are saying goodbye and we leave you with Hymns Ensemble.
Yesu Nkosi ngithwale ngeyakho yona indlela ngoyama kuwe wedwa ngakuwe angiyedwa lawula Nkosi ngilawule seyipheli mizamo izimo azipheli kodwa ngawe ngonqoma ngoya wena njalo ngoya manjalo ngoya wena njalo selishonile ilanga mphefumlo wami wophela ngolinalo nilanga ngovuswa nguyu Jesu ngobonakala lapho sengihlezi no Jesu